Welcome to the Money Context, where we explain how money systems work. If you find this kind of explanation helpful, consider subscribing. This channel is about clarity, context, and understanding how economic systems actually affect everyday life in the United States. If you've ever felt like living in the United States is becoming quietly more expensive, even when you're working hard and doing everything responsibly, this video is for you. Because sometimes the pressure isn't loud. It's structural. And today, we're going to talk about the hidden costs of living in modern America. Not just the obvious bills, but the layers underneath them. There's a quiet question many people have been asking themselves lately. Not publicly, not dramatically, just internally. Why does life feel this expensive? You wake up. You go to work. You pay your bills. You try to stay disciplined. And yet, at the end of the month, there's less margin than you expected. You might even be earning more than you did a few years ago. But it doesn't feel like progress. It feels like maintenance. Like you're running, mostly to stay in place. And when that feeling lingers long enough, it slowly turns inward. Maybe I should be doing better. Maybe I mismanaged something. Maybe everyone else has figured this out. But what if the pressure isn't just personal? What if it's structural? When people talk about the cost of living, they usually mention rent, groceries, gas, utilities. Those are visible. They're concrete. But visible costs are only part of the story. Hidden costs operate differently. They don't usually spike overnight. They don't always make headlines. They expand gradually. Let's start with housing. Housing used to be described simply rent or mortgage. Today, it's more layered. Renters pay application fees, deposits, annual increases, insurance requirements, parking add-ons, pet fees. Homeowners manage property taxes, insurance premiums, maintenance, appliance replacements, landscaping, HOA fees, unexpected repairs that don't wait for convenient timing. Housing isn't just shelter anymore. It's an ecosystem of financial obligations. And because shelter isn't optional, that ecosystem becomes permanent. You don't debate it monthly. You structure your life around it. Then there's healthcare. Healthcare introduces unpredictability into personal finance. Even with insurance, there are premiums, deductibles, co-pays, co-insurance, prescriptions, surprise billing scenarios. The cost isn't just what you pay. It's what you might have to pay. That uncertainty shapes behavior. You hesitate before scheduling appointments. You weigh risk differently. You hold back on spending elsewhere. Uncertainty itself carries financial weight. Transportation adds another structural layer. In much of the country, a vehicle isn't optional, it's infrastructure. But owning a vehicle means more than a car payment. It means insurance, fuel, maintenance, registration, repairs, tire replacements, batteries, inspections. Cars demand ongoing financial attention. And if public transit isn't viable where you live, there isn't a meaningful substitute. Transportation becomes a fixed requirement. Now consider insurance more broadly. Life insurance, disability coverage, home warranties, device protection plans, identity monitoring services. Modern life has become risk managed, and risk management costs money. Individually, each policy makes sense. Collectively, they create a steady monthly layer of obligation. Then we enter the subscription economy. Streaming services, cloud storage, music platforms, delivery memberships, software subscriptions, online learning platforms. $10 here, $15 there, $20 somewhere else. None feel dramatic, but automation changes perception. When payments renew automatically, they fade from awareness, but not from your bank account. Over time, you're no longer just paying for products. You're paying for access. Access to entertainment. Access to productivity. access to convenience, access to community. Convenience compounds. Now there's a cost that rarely appears in financial discussions. How many hours are required just to maintain stability? Commuting, managing bills, comparing insurance rates, working overtime, running a side hustle, researching ways to save. Time is a form of currency, and when more hours are required simply to sustain your current position, the real cost of living rises, even if salary increases modestly. You're not just spending money, you're spending life hours. Now imagine your income grows 3%, but housing grows 5%. Insurance grows 4%. Healthcare adjusts upward. Groceries inch higher. Subscriptions accumulate. Nothing collapses. But margin shrinks. Margin is the space between what you earn and what you must pay. Margin is breathing room. When margin shrinks, life feels fragile. And when margin tightens enough, something often fills the gap. The credit cards smooth fluctuations. Buy now, pay later spreads purchases. Personal loans consolidate obligations. Debt doesn't feel like pressure at first. It feels like flexibility. But interest reshapes future income. It quietly claims part of tomorrow's paycheck. And over time, commitments stack, layer upon layer. Eventually, financial life feels heavier, not because of one catastrophic event, but because of accumulated structure. And here's the critical point. This pressure often feels personal, because you experience it privately. You don't see everyone else's bills. You don't see their debt balances. You don't see their insurance premiums. You see curated success, vacations, promotions, major purchases. But behind the scenes, many households are navigating the same layered system. The hidden costs of living in the United States are not always dramatic. They are gradual. They expand quietly. They reshape financial reality without announcing themselves. When you understand that, something shifts internally. The question changes from, why am I falling behind? To, what system am I operating within? That shift matters. Because clarity reduces self-blame. It replaces confusion with context. Modern American life includes opportunity. It also includes complexity. It includes earning potential. It also includes layered obligation. Understanding hidden costs doesn't eliminate them, but it changes how you interpret your financial experience. It turns isolation into awareness. And awareness is powerful, because when you see the structure clearly, you can make decisions with perspective, not panic. If this breakdown helped you see the bigger picture, that's exactly what this channel is for. Here at the Money Context, we focus on calm, fact-based explanations of how money systems shape everyday life, without hype, without blame, and without political noise. If you value this kind of clarity, consider subscribing. New videos are posted regularly, and each one builds on the last. Because understanding the system changes how you see money. And seeing clearly is the first step toward navigating wisely. I'll see you in the next one.